Today on Brier Cemetery, we are doing an unboxing of the Mummy from Costco. If you like what I do, like, subscribe, share, comment. So I don't have anything like this, and I found it interesting that it glows in the dark. I also like the fact that it doesn't talk. It actually just groans and moans. I think more props should do that instead of talking. I find that kind of weird. As far as the box size, it's pretty big. It's about the size of the Ghost, the Predator of the Night, the Inferno, the Skeleton, except it's just not as high. It's kind of, I want to say it's probably like half as high. But yeah, it's about the same size, length and width. So here he is boxed up in case anybody wants to put him back the way that it came. Looks like we have some silica in here to actually keep the moisture away. But yeah, I do like the fact that the bandages are molded. It looks like we have a little fabric here. So let's get everything out and see. So here's all his pieces: his torso, his head, his feet, his legs, his arms, a couple poles, and the base. I almost feel like this was kind of over-engineered storage-wise. Like there's a lot of cardboard in here. This would make a great candidate for the 9-foot Christmas tree bag. I like to store my props in it because you could easily hang it up from the ceiling or just stack them on top of each other without having these bulky square boxes. So this is actually looks like an easy prop to put together. It's gonna take probably 5 minutes. So over here, this is the way that your base is gonna sit. And then you're gonna put his right and left foot on. So now you put the pole on, but you put the pole into the leg first, and then you snap it in. So an example would be, here's the pole, and then you would put the leg on this piece, and then come around and put it in. And now you do the same thing with the other side. I would say that the quality of this is exactly the same as an Inferno or a 12-foot skeleton, just by the thickness of the plastic gauge. Now you put H and I on. Now what I really like about this prop is that they're different actual like cutouts, the shapes. So you really can't mess this up. And the instructions, you know, after putting together the Demogorgon, I'm telling you, the instructions on this are really step by step, which I really appreciate. Now you put his torso on. It's easier with 2 people, but I didn't have a problem with it. Now in the back, there's a couple end caps or covers to cover up the back here where the push pins were, so you can access it to remove the torso. Now you want to put his left and right arm on, and if you look at it, there's a little groove there, and if you look in here, there's a little groove there, and this Allen wrench screw should be on that section there. So once you have both arms on, they give you a little Allen wrench and just go in the back and tighten them up. So now we're going to put his head on. It's 3 connections, 3 different size plugs, and his motion sensor is right there. He also has a set screw in the back, so use that Allen wrench to tighten that part. So the only thing that's left to do is they give you these bandages, and you just kind of go around and put them around them and stuff. It comes with Velcro. You have your female side and then your male side. They give you a generous amount, so if you ever have to replace them, it'll be no issue. It does come with stakes if you want to put it in the lawn, and they just connect there at the bottom. All you have to do is the power adapter. So here's the back. Your power adapter is going to go here. Here's your volume controller. Here's your try-me port, like if you wanted to put a step pad or like a timed relay. And then you have your own timer on it. Now this turns it on for 6 hours, off for 18 hours. Now you're going to have the motion sensor on the front to activate it. It won't be constant on, But if you put a timed relay on this, if you've seen it in my other videos, you can have it constantly run. So I have a little, it's only like a 15 watt black light. But as you can see here, he does glow in the dark. I'm trying to make it as dark as possible in here. But as you can see, it does glow. I suggest, if you were to do this, I'm probably going to buy a 100 watt so that it's constantly charged. But if you look at it, it does glow. So that's an added touch. I really like this guy. I think it'll look great. He actually looks really good lit up under the black light. The thing that I like about this is, for you tech savvies out there, if you wanted, you could actually have this on him and you could set the actual light to normally closed, which means that the light would be constantly on during his off phase, and then once he activates, the light would turn off like that, and then he would just be glowing and moving, and then back on once the routine ends. It's pretty simple to do. You could do it for like $8. I'm probably going to do that this year because I think it would be pretty interesting to have him lit up and then have it probably in this mode for maybe 20-30 seconds to charge it, and then bam, and then off, and then he'll start moving, glowing like this, and then once the routine's done, it'll pop him back on. So here's my review of this prop. I like it. You know, I only get things I like. You know, I mean, who buys something they don't like? I like this guy. I don't have mummies. Of course, I don't have an Egyptian theme. But I give this A++. I love it. The only thing is, it's a little pricey. So here it is in the Christmas tree bag. The base is in there, guys. And here it would be the huge box. You pick your poison. You know, if you want to store it and hang it, this would be a great option, and it doesn't take up that much room, and you could just stick another bag on top. There's room in here for other stuff. And lastly, in closing, I want to do a difficulty of assembly. On a scale from 1 to 5, with 1 being the hardest and 5 being the easiest, this would be a 5. It takes you probably 10 minutes tops to put this together. Taking it apart, it's a little bit more difficult, but it'll take you like maybe an extra minute or two just to get the torso off. I suggest when you do the torso to kind of twist it, like as you're working it out or putting it in. If you like what I do, guys, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, share, and comment.